If you or anyone around you are affected by the subjects of today's podcast, you can reach out to get help, advice, or support from our charity partners, Women's Aid, at womensaid.org.uk, or the Yorkshire-based organisation IDAS at idas.org.uk. You can also find these links and reach out to us directly via our website, takebackthebeat.co.uk, or email us at takebackthebeat@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeat@gmail.com. Hello!
Hi there.
Welcome to
Take Back the Beat. Voice notes.
I don't really know where I was going with that.
No,
Sorry.
I
I was trying to
don't.
make it different.
Mine sounded like a question. Voice notes?
Voice note.
Voice notes?
Do you know what? Like, sorry, so early on, but Aidan said to me last night, he's like, one of his favourite things about the podcast is the 10 minutes we spend discussing the jingle after we've done it.
Good. I'm glad.
And I was like, I hope you're not being sarcastic because I really enjoy talking about the jingle.
Well, I enjoy it because it's just like a bit of improvise and we don't know how we're going to do it. So I just enjoy that bit.
I love that.
I'm like, where's she going to
it.
go? How's she going to say it? Where am I going to
What
go?
key?
What key am I going in?
Yeah.
Am I a
Who
singer
cares?
really? Like, it makes me question everything.
Yeah, we don't want any of our like agents or bookers to ever listen to the beginning of the jingle.
Oh my God, no. Never get booked again.
So, Farah, on a scale of 0 to a whole jar of Biscoff, how are you feeling today?
No, I am. I'm tired. Do you know what? I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I
You need a break.
I'm too tired to eat Biscoff. That's where I'm at.
Oh.
Like I'm that exhausted. I feel like even opening the lid would be like climbing Mount Everest. Just like this. Yeah. So I'm just tired. I said to you when I came on, for everyone who's listening, obviously we weren't recording when we just got on the Zoom. And I was like, I know you can see my face and I apologise if I look fucking miserable today. I was like, but do you know how many muscles it takes to actually smile? It's a lot. So I was
This is true.
so yeah, I don't know the specifics, but I know it's a lot. It takes a lot to move your face around. I was like, so
But
I'm
I'm
going to
tired.
look so miserable. I was like, but I'm not. I'm smiling inside. And she was like, okay.
okay.
Yeah. So...
You can have days like that. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm just...
It's emotional, it's physical, it's
yes.
just tired.
I'm very much emotionally exhausted. And I didn't realise,
Yeah.
I haven't been this emotionally exhausted for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise that it makes you actually tired. Like, I've had a nap every day for the last 2 days.
Oh, babe.
Although then I'm struggling to... I've not been sleeping great, so that's probably why as well. But
It's a vicious circle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
I've just been randomly dropping off like an old lady.
Oh, babe. Well, hopefully you've got the weekend off so you can have some you time.
Yeah.
You can have a little chill. I've said to you this weekend I'm going to be on the admin for Take Back the
bless.
Beat.
Yeah.
So you can have a little rest because we all get this. We all get emotionally drained when you've got a lot going on with work and family life and personal life and it's hard.
Yeah.
So
I have got
give
the
yourself
best.
a break.
Yeah, and I love you guys, everyone, because it's a good team we've got going here. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, other than that, other than me wanting to fall to sleep this second, I'm fine. Like how?
Okay.
I mean, if you want to feed me the Biscoff, I'd happily have some. If you want to spoon feed me,
Oh, that would be great. Wouldn't
that
it?
would take our relationship to a whole nother level.
Do you remember years ago there was like a thing came out? I don't know how much of this is true, and I actually don't know if I'm allowed to say this and
God.
not get sued for slander. Do you remember years ago it came out that like Mariah Carey paid someone to like brush her teeth and stuff? Do you remember this?
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew that.
Yeah, there was like a
Go on.
there was like a list of all the jobs that are ridiculous that Mariah Carey pays someone to do, and it was like hold her water for her at all times during the day.
Oh my God.
I
mean,
feel like your rider should be someone feeding you Biscoff whenever
right now,
you like.
yeah, I just need somebody
Yeah.
stood next to me constantly, like watering me, feeding me, and I'd be fine. Put me to bed.
Reminding you to shower.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bathe me
Yeah.
and then put me to bed. And then just leave me alone. That'd be really cool. I would pay someone to do that right now. I was
That
gonna
can
say,
be done.
I did read the thing about like she used to get people to like pick certain color M&Ms out the packets and
Yeah.
like
yeah.
all that sort of stuff. But I didn't know it was extreme as like getting somebody to brush her teeth for her.
Yeah, I'm going to find the article and send it to you.
Please
It's
do.
probably like an absolute like hearsay or there are rumours that in like really small writing.
Yeah, she's a diva.
Yeah. But I'll find it because I always remember being like, oh my God, imagine being so famous that someone brushes your teeth.
That's pure fucking laziness, though. That's not fame. That's laziness.
But just imagine having the money to be able to
Like,
do that.
surely that's a sin. That is disgusting. But anyway, enough about
ridiculous.
Mariah Carey. On a scale of 1 to a whole jar of Biscoff, how are you this week?
I'm okay. I
Are you sure?
Yeah, honestly, like I think I said this in the last couple of podcasts. We've just been so busy, but like you're the right busy, the good busy, and I'm currently in talks at the moment about my next single, which is really exciting. A bit stressful,
Yay.
but mainly exciting. Getting the artwork done and getting my band ready for our first gig of the tour.
Yes.
Gulliver's 25th of May. Tickets are on sale now, guys. Plug. Yeah, so I mean, I'm like you. I'm tired. I'm running off of caffeine,
Yeah.
but I'm mentally okay. Like I'm mentally like, yeah, do you know what? You got this, and I could do with like an extra 2 hours of the day.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like wean myself off of coffee because I notice I
Good
drink
luck.
far too much coffee. I know, right? Like I'll happily have like 3 or 4 a day, and then that's just not okay. And then I went one day without any coffee and had like the worst headache and like withdrawal.
Oh my
from
God,
coffee.
mate, you can't go cold turkey like that with coffee because you will have a migraine for 2 days.
Explode.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to just currently I've had 2 today, and one was like a mini one, so it doesn't really count. So yeah, I'm gonna try and I want to get myself down to like 1 coffee a day because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Do you know like Costa Coffee? Why are you charging me £3.50 for a coffee?
Do you know
Like,
what? The funny thing
please.
is, I'll go to like Morrison's or Asda, and I'll buy like you know like the herbal tea bags, but like because I do love a herbal tea. I've had about 7
Love a
herbal
mint tea.
teas. Yeah, mint tea,
Love
and
a
I
mint
have
tea.
this other one. It's like I don't even know what it is, but I'll tell you next time. It's like a Twinings one. It's very nice. It's good for your
Right.
digestion. Full of flavour. I've never tasted anything like it. It's really good.
Yeah.
But they're like £2.69 for a box. But
Right.
exactly. But when I look at it, I'm like, £2.69. Fuck that. But then I go, Nicola, there's 20 tea bags in there. When you leave your house, you'll go, oh, I'll just grab a Starbucks and pay £3.50 for a latte. So I'm like, no, just think like an adult, idiot.
So it is. It's when do you remember we were on tour and like living in travel lodges and like you'd go buy a mint tea from insert coffee shop and
Oops,
it's
am
like
I not allowed to say places like that?
babe, I outed Costa, so don't you worry.
Okay, great.
We just hit the 2 big ones. It's fine. But yeah, like you go buy like a mint tea from wherever coffee shop and it'd be like £1.90 or £2.
Or
And you're
one
like,
tea bag
okay,
and
yeah.
some hot water, yeah.
But we did it, and like we did it so many times throughout the day, and then we'd be like, oh my God, why have I got no money? And yet I've done like 12 gigs in a row. Oh, it's because I basically have a mortgage of
Yeah.
Costa Coffee.
And then we started like just buy because
yeah.
we were like, let's just go and buy the stuff and take it on tour with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was clever.
But then when you're doing like a 6-hour like drive, you can't get just hot water, and
No, that's the thing.
oh, it's just first world problems, guys.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, yes, no, I'm good. I'm not even thinking about Biscoff, you know,
Good.
not even thinking about it.
I mean, we still
Sorry,
love you, Biscoff,
Biscoff.
and we still would love you to sponsor us. But
and send us free. Oh my God, imagine if we rocked up to the Amira gig in London and there was just like crates and crates of Biscoff.
I'd definitely have a sugar rush on stage, off my face on sugar.
I'm just going to manifest that right now.
Let's manifest.
And I'm going to tag Biscoff in a tweet about it.
That would be a good after show picture of us like just diving into.
Bathing in Biscoff.
Yeah, love that.
I'm up for it.
I am.
Okay, so this week's episode, we want to talk about another Netflix program we've watched. Obviously, we did The Tinder Swindler a few weeks back, just because we watched it and we were like, what is this? But we literally really randomly and typical Nat and Farah style, me and my boyfriend, he had a day off from the show. So we're like having a duvet day and it was like recommended for you. We watched it and I called Farah literally straight after and was like, oh my God, have you watched The Bad Vegan on Netflix? And you were literally like, I've just watched it.
Oh yeah, I was ahead of that one. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, we need to talk about this. So for those who haven't seen it, it is called The Bad Vegan, isn't it?
Yeah. She's called Bad Vegan.
Bad Vegan.
Yeah.
It's basically about a woman who is a very famous vegan shop in LA.
Restaurant. It's a restaurant. Isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm getting this right. It's in LA, isn't it?
It's in New York.
Like an LA kind of New York. Oh my God, Nat Gray. I said it's because I've had 1.5 coffees today. Right. Back up.
Get your brain working.
Get your brain working.
Go.
So, Bad Vegan is about this woman who runs this vegan restaurant. It's like a health restaurant thing in New York. And it was huge. Like it had these massive celebrities being pictured there.
Yeah.
It was like this family, incredible atmosphere. Everyone loved working there. And then all of a sudden she kind of disappeared and the shop shut, the restaurant shut and all the employees hadn't been paid. And there was kind of like manhunt to find her. And it turns out she was basically in an abusive relationship.
Because
and all
it
this
was so
stuff
successful.
happened.
It was like,
Yeah.
it was like in Forbes. She was like this huge like businesswoman in New York, and it was like this worldwide thing because I think it was like she'd done the whole vegan thing before vegan was a thing. Before before we all realized what we were eating and doing to our bodies and the planet. Yeah. So we I mean, I'm not a vegan, by the way, but I try my hardest to do what I can. So there we go.
Yeah, you go in and out. You do your best.
I do. I try.
You do your best.
I'm doing way better. But back then, I had no knowledge in the 90s of what I was putting in my body. Obviously, I was a 90s baby, so a lot of E numbers. Bring back the blue Smarties.
Babe, oh God, yeah, my diet in the 90s was just E numbers and sugar.
Oh yeah, the best.
Great.
The best.
Loved it. And I didn't question it ever.
No.
Loved it.
So anyway. It was this kind of, and it wasn't just vegan, it was raw food. It was like this raw food movement that she did.
Oh yeah.
And as well, I forgot about this, but when I was actually watching it, I don't know whether it's either based on it or it actually is in, like it was that famous. It was in, you've seen the episodes of like Sex and the City, haven't you, Nat? Do you watch it?
Yeah.
You know where I'm on about, don't you? Where Samantha's boyfriend works there. And that's where she meets him. He works at this raw food place, and it's in a couple of episodes. So whether it's based on that place or it actually is that place, but it's in New York and it's actually in Sex and the City. So this was huge. It was like this movement that had never happened, and like Owen Wilson just used to like rock up and walk through the back and like grab a juice with no shoes on and then leave and be like, bye guys. Like it was she was a millionaire from this, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was a really successful business, and basically she hadn't been very lucky in love, and then all of a sudden she started telling people she'd met this guy, and he like promised her, and she's got the cutest dog as well. Dogs featured quite a lot.
Yeah.
And he promised like immortality for her and her dog, and basically like manipulated her to believe in this, like, I don't know how this, like, another world.
So, obviously, like, he starts off by kind of saying he's successful. He showed he had money already, so he'd obviously been done for fraud in the past. It turned out, so he had all this money or whatever already, and he was like going to view all these big houses, and she's obviously explaining like to be able to even go to see these places, you have to have like a certain card or a certain thing to say that. Because if not, I could just be like, I want to view this £1 million house. Like, it doesn't work like that. I think in real estate in there, it's like you have to have you have to be in a certain tier to even like look at something.
Wasn't that in The Tinder Swindler as well?
Probably, yeah. So he basically, in her eyes, matched her level of success. But then he kind of said that he worked for, like, he had a lot to do with like military and spy type. This is right, isn't it? Because he was saying his brother was involved with it as well, and his brother's like this nasty man who you don't want to mess with him because he knows all this, and And it's this
But you
whole
wouldn't know
thing where he's like,
specifically
he knows
what.
all this thing and he's like high up in the government. He knows all these like government secrets. And so,
Yeah.
and she believed that's how it started. That's how this whole I can make you immortal Illuminati type
Yeah.
shit started, because he obviously sort of like matched the levels, and then he was talking about all this stuff and who he'd like been security for and how he's high up in the government and knows all these secrets, and he knows it's a very like he'd got her into this conspiracy of how the world works,
Yes.
and that he was on another
Yeah.
level. He'd like ascended to this new level of, if we do this, 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 and this, we can live forever, because this is how the world
Yeah.
works. Which, saying it like that, you're like, I guess if somebody was like, could prove all this stuff, she's obviously
Yeah.
got so wrapped up in this world because he was proving things to her, and
Yeah.
it's that thing again, isn't it? It's like the long game. What's it? No, what's
Yeah.
it? Is it the long?
Yeah, no, like, yeah, she was in it for the long haul.
Yeah, but
Like,
do you know when somebody does
yeah.
like a long con? It's like a long con.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like he didn't just go up to her and go, "Hey, girl, I can make
Give
you
me
and
your money."
you and your dog fucking never die." Because you'd be like, "Bitch, leave me alone. What? Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who's this nutter?"
Yeah.
But
It's the same as all abuse cases.
yeah,
It never starts, as
in
that.
a place where she's like, "I've met this guy. He's,
Yeah.
he's kind of like me, so that helps because he's got money. I don't need to worry about looking after someone and da. And
Yeah.
he works for all
And
this
he was
secret
passionate
agent
and-
type stuff, and he loved her and he was passionate, and he used to go to the restaurant and help out, and then it all
Yeah.
sort of, it's like hook. I've got her on the hook, and then that was it, and it
Yeah.
all started coming out. I mean,
And it
I'm
was like
sorry,
he started
spoiler
doing-
alert. We should have said this 20 minutes ago, but spoiler
Oh,
alert.
sorry. Spoiler. It doesn't end well.
No.
Soz. But yeah, and then basically, a bit similar to the Tinder swindler, he started getting money from her, but instead of like, I'm in danger, give me money, he did this whole thing of like, if you want to be accepted into this higher level of living, of this higher, like heaven-esque thing on earth, you have to never question what I'm saying. And it's a bit Scientology-esque.
Oh my God,
like,
it is. Never thought of that.
Yeah. And it was like, he kept saying to her, you need to give me this amount of money, this amount of money. And she was like, I'm wiped out. And he was like, and then he'd like kick off and be like, you asked for this. You want to be involved in doing this because I love you and I want you
Yeah.
to be with me.
And you'd be like, that money's
then-
getting shelved. It gets put. And
Yeah.
you can sit at this table with, and you'll be the queen, but they won't let us in until you do all these things that I tell you to do through them. And, all
Yeah.
that money is waiting for us. It's shelved. It's sat there. But if you say no, they won't let us in. Like, it shows you voice notes.
crazy.
And it's very Tinder swindler, actually.
Yeah. Do you know what it's similar to? And you're going to absolutely love this reference. Are you ready for this?
Go.
This shows the fact I went to a Catholic primary school. You know the story of Jove? Was it Jove? Or Job? Job?
Job.
One of them. Who he like his flock died, his 6 kids died, he lost all his money, he lost
Yeah.
his wife, he
Yeah.
lost everything. And God was basically like, sacrifice everything and still believe. And he was one of God's like most loyal servants. And then God like gave him everything double, so he got 12 kids and he got all this crap and whatever. And it's that whole thing of like, he's going, give me everything, sacrifice everything, and you'll get everything in abundance. And she just lapped it up.
Yeah.
Like she was so wanting that need. And me and Farah spoke about this because obviously we're giving you a very brief rundown of it. It sounds crazy. It sounds nuts. And if someone was telling us this, you'd be like, you believe that? Okay, sure. But we watched it together and there's moments when I don't know why he's filming her, but he's filming her. And she
that's
is
the fucked up
broken,
bit. She's a mess.
Yeah, there's this one bit where they're on the run and she doesn't know they're on the run. And because she's interviewed on this and she said, I didn't know we were on the run. I thought we were just going away and he was taking us here and we couldn't return because of something that was going on with this imaginary family
Because
thing.
it was that thing that, didn't he say that we failed, so we now have to go on the run? Because these people are
Yes.
after us because we failed and blah, blah, blah. So she's
Yeah.
now like, right, I'm on the run then.
but not from her work. She didn't realize.
Yeah, so she had all these employees ringing her and like saying, we're still running the restaurant, pay us, but she didn't have the funds because he kept taking them from her. But she wouldn't tell them what was happening because she was obviously convinced she was running away from this, these ascended people who are a bit like Illuminati and wanted to kill her. And oh, God love her.
It was just crazy. But he like filmed her at one point and he was like, you need to get out of bed. We need to carry on life as it's normal because that's what they want. And she is this like fragile mess, like uncontrollably crying. Like you just want to give her a hug. And
She's just
I
shaking,
watched that bit.
Isn't she? It's horrible.
Yeah. And you're like, that is a broken woman.
Yeah.
No wonder. Like she clearly was just like, just believed everything he said, but at the same time was in so much pain. And I watched that clip and that was when I went, okay, yeah, I believe it. Because it's easy. Again, it's kind of what we were saying on your episode, Farah, like when we released the pictures of what happened to you, it's easy to say things. Words are easy to say, but when you see something, you go, oh, fuck, wow, okay, that was the level of it. And seeing her like this crumpled mess, so skinny as well.
Yeah, she didn't even know she was being filmed, which is, again, is weird. He's just like filmed it. But
yeah, he filmed her having this like massive panic attack and stuff. And it was horrific. And you kind of just went, wow, she is so broken and so she needs help. But this guy was just feeding her more and more lies, more and more con, and just absolutely rinsed her bank account. Like the company went under, but then she manages to find money somehow, like investors, like so quickly, so that the company gets back on its feet.
Yeah, and so she pays.
But then it just folds again.
But then it happens again, doesn't it?
Because this guy is so controlling and manipulative, and like wouldn't let her have her phone, and wouldn't let her call out, and like wouldn't let her do her normal life. So she was completely alienated, apart from this hope that her and her dog are going to be.
She could only ring a mum or a sister or whoever in front of him, and she had to pretend that everything was all right.
It was just
and
crazy.
It is that thing of like, okay, this is an extreme case in the sense of like, I'm not judging, but no matter how far in, if somebody was like, we'll never die, we'll have life forever, and that to me, I'd be like, well, I don't believe in that sense. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe then I'd start questioning. And again, I've not been in that specific situation, so I'm not saying, this woman is crazy or anything, because she's not. But it just proves, doesn't it, that because when I first saw the advert, I was like, what? Because it shows you the bit where it's like, I can give you and your dog, you'll live forever. So when you see that sort of thing, you're like, this is like some cult shit. Like it's very culty.
But that's a very good word.
Yeah.
It is very culty. Like very
like them people who, you know what I mean, it's like it's brainwashing. So again, I'm not saying like I pray I never fall into anything like that, but this woman's a stable woman. Like she runs a multi-million-dollar business. She's got a good life. She's got so far through her life without anything like this happening. And then she just gets completely brainwashed. So I suppose there is a way where you could just like watch the advert and be like, oh, what a dickhead. How could you let that happen?
Yes.
But
100%.
These things happen. Like people have the skill to do that. And it's so scary.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't, I might get cancelled here, but this
I was very careful extreme. Then. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's the level of The Secret, right? The Secret, the phenomenal that everyone, like, I think it's still obviously a big thing, but during when The Secret first came out and freaking everyone was like,
that book that everyone's read but me.
Yeah. I mean, I read it and I bought into it. I was like, oh my God, this book makes me feel better. It makes me like, I feel positive, and that's great. However, I'm not going to sit at home and write a list of all the things that I want to happen in my life and then go about my life as normal. That's not who I am as a person. I'm a hustler. I don't do that. And everything I've got, I've worked my ass off for. I don't believe that one day freaking Max Martin's going to call me on the phone and ask to produce my album. That's not going to happen. or Steven Spielberg's going to call and want me to sing the opening of his next movie. That's not how life works. But people genuinely, they're out there who give their life to The Secret.
Yeah.
And they pay for the seminars, and they go to all the groups, and they buy all the books and all the DVDs and all this stuff. And it's not a cult, because a cult is a negative
No, but
thing,
some people see it as a Bible. It's their
as
Bible.
a religion, yes.
It's their Bible.
1,000,000%.
And
yeah.
I'm saying this because the reason I didn't read it, because there's a lot in it.
Yeah.
I've skimmed over it, let's just say.
Yeah,
And
you know the gist.
I've also got a lot of friends who have read it. And so again, I'm not, stop me if I'm wrong, because I haven't read it, so I can't sit here and be like, I'm an expert. Because I'm not. I'm not an expert on many things, but you know. So I kind of realised that it's a lot about like manifestation and positivity.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I'm about that any day. Like, positivity. I'm all about energies and, you know, things like that. I do believe that whatever you put out, sort of things like that. I do believe in energies. I believe that you can manifest things. I believe that when it comes to like going, I want £1 million and just writing it down and then burning it and saying a few or doing whatever people do, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then you sit on your ass and do nothing and wait for $1 million. It's like when people
That's the
say,
difference,
it's like when people go, oh, I'll never win lottery. And it's like, well, did you buy a ticket? No. Well, then there you fucking go then. Like, you've got to do something about it. So it's like, absolutely manifest 1,000%.
Yeah.
We manifest things all the time, but we're also sat working our asses off.
Sending 1 million emails.
Sending
every
out all
10
these,
seconds.
you know, ideas to the universe that hopefully they bring it back to us. There's a difference to me. And also with this positivity thing, that's why I love that we do a Biscoff section, because I don't believe that every week, same as social media. I'm a twat for it on social media. You're a twat for it on social media. If you look at our lives on social media, we look like we're living our best lives.
Oh, God,
I'm not
going
to jump on there today and say, I'm emotionally drained and I can't be asked to smile. That's how tired I am. People will be like, are you okay? Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, what's wrong with her? Oh, she's so negative.
Attention seeking.
Yeah. DM me, like, no, right?
That's not what social media is
but
for.
Also, that's what everyone does. Like, it's not like I'm outing you and me right now. It's just what everybody
we all
does.
do it. We all pretend.
But also, we speak the truth on there. We've taped back the beats. Simple as that. We put things on there that scare us and that we might not want to talk about on a normal day. But we like to think that we're helping people, and that's what gets me through my tough days. Yeah. But it's the positivity thing for me. So this is what made me go, because I was a bit like, I might buy it. I'm going to get a few more reviews first before I spend £10.
Absolutely.
I'm a Yorkshire lass, you know what I mean? So
yeah, babe, I got you.
I'm like, I ain't spending £10 on something that's going to a charity shop if I'm not going to read it.
It's not for me. Yeah.
So I thought, right. And then I'm not being specific with anyone right now, by the way. It's not a particular friend or anything like that. But I did have a few friends that, from reading that book, if I ever spoke to them, you know, like we talk and you were like, are you okay? Before we came on the podcast. And I was like, I am, but I'm just going to tell you how I feel today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is how I feel. But, you know, I'm fine. I'm not crying. Yeah. I'm not like, I can't do the podcast and da-da-da. I might have days like that. But now it's that case of like, right, they're my emotions and they're how I feel today. So it would take a lot more energy to pretend to be something I'm not.
Yes.
And I love the thought of positivity. I love being positive, but I also acknowledge all my other feelings.
It's
because
also
that's
exhausting.
What makes me a human. That's what makes you a human.
Yes.
It's also what makes Farah. If I haven't got them emotions, if I don't have fear, or I don't have anxiety, or I don't have excitement, or, you know, all the other things like negativity, I'm never going to learn as a human. If I don't catch myself
100%.
going, hey, that's a bit negative. If I don't go, hang on a minute, why are we being negative? Right, let's sort this out. Let's sort this emotion out. Like,
Yeah.
all my emotions are mine, so don't fucking try and take them away from me.
They're valid. Yeah, you can feel
they're
whatever
all
you want.
valid, and I'm allowed
Yeah,
to feel like
100%.
that. And that's the bit that annoys
Yeah.
me, is because you're now making me feel like I can't feel a certain way because I haven't read your
Yeah.
fucking book.
But you know, there's a big part of the book that's like, if you don't have £1 million or the partner of your dreams or the job that you want, that's because of you and you manifesting that.
my God.
And it's basically like victim shaming, sorry, but it is. And I hated that about the book. It was very, like, I remember there was a part I wanted and I was in auditions for and I got really excited about, and I didn't get it. And I did everything The Secret said. I was manifesting it and I was imagining I was in the costumes and I could feel the costumes and I didn't get it. And I was devastated. And then blamed myself because, clearly I didn't believe enough. And I just remember being like, oh, God, this isn't helpful for anyone. The reason I didn't get the part was because she was probably better than me, or she was taller, or she fitted the costumes, or whatever reason.
Or it just wasn't
is what it is.
Like,
it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you at
And
that
that's okay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's okay. And there's the other part of The Secret that, I mean, this is a whole big diversion, but the other part of The Secret I don't agree with, and I've told you this before, is vision boards. Because I used to have a list. I used to have like my 5-year plan and my list of things I wanted to achieve by the time I was whatever. And then when I hit whatever and I hadn't achieved those things,
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in
You
myself.
felt like a
and
failure.
I completely disregarded all the things I have done. And I actually ended up, what I do is I celebrate the things I have done. So for instance, I've got a little jar that I put whenever I achieve something, or like stuff like even big things from the record deals to little things to I felt good about myself today, or
Yeah.
this I hit whatever at the gym or whatever. I write
looking
that down, put
fine
it out in a
today.
jar. Yeah, like things like that. And like I've got on, I should have on my wall. I've had these things printed out. I'm not putting them up because, time. But I've got like a poster of when I supported Fleur East at Pride. I've got a picture of us when we were supporting Becky Hill at Pride.
Yeah.
I've got all the artwork of my singles. I've got the musicals I was in. I've got all these things that I have achieved, and I've got them so that I can look at them
That's
and go,
incredible.
okay.
Yeah. You go, look what I've done.
Yeah.
Look how far
I've not
come.
got this yet, but I've not got a top 10 hit and I've not signed to a big record label yet. But look at the things I have achieved. And something with vision boards I really, really hate. And I see so many of my friends, and my sister loves vision boards, and I see them and I go, how isn't it hard looking at that? And do you know what? Someone actually said this to me,
Yeah.
and I love this metaphor. He was like, if you buy a dress at ASOS or wherever you buy your outfits from, whatever, do you then keep checking it? Do you then keep looking at your phone at a picture of it? No, because you know you've got it. So why do we have vision boards? I get manifesting. I get like going, I want this and I'm going to have this, and positive words and that sort of stuff. But I'm not going to then put a picture out and have it sat on my wall so I can look at it every day as a reminder that I don't have
the thing.
it.
Do you know what it is? I mean, I haven't got much of an opinion on the vision boards because I've never had one and I've never really wanted one. I've seen a lot of people do it, and again, I've gone to friends' houses and they've got them. This is my like I said to you, I set intentions. You know what I'm like, my new moons and my full moons. I set intentions. If I set realistic intentions, that's okay. I'm okay to sit there and go, okay, so before we started Take Back the Beat, before it was an actual thing and a brand and how far it's come now, we said we wanted to go on a music tour and we wanted to manifest these things. So I've put, things down like that, like booking a music
Things
tour
that we're
for
in
this
control
year.
of.
Things that we're already working on, that we're trying to achieve, It's when people do things like, so it's like the new year, new me. It's like, no, just do it tomorrow.
Oh,
Don't start
God.
Monday, start Sunday. Like, it's that thing of like, this year's my year. And again, great, have that attitude. This year's my year, but also next year's my year. But then some parts of the year ain't going to be my fucking year. That's called life. And it's called learning lessons. It's called growing. And it's being a human being. That's what we're here to do, is to learn and grow and be good people. And
Absolutely.
I can't stand it. And I'm sorry if anybody does this. And I'm sorry if anyone's offended.
Yeah, we're probably offending so many people
So
right
many
now. But,
people are going to
these
get
are our
cancelled.
opinions.
These are my opinions.
We-
But also, I've
these are my
been
opinions.
at different parts of my life where I've thought other things, and I've probably thought that a mood board would work. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm a lot older now. But it's when people are like, right, by the end of the year, I want £1 million business. I'm going to find the man of my dreams. I'm going to own a Range Rover. I'm going to own a house, and I'm going to have a dog. So you're telling me you're going to, like, you ain't got time for that shit. You're not a robot. Pick one thing out of that. How are you going to get that house?
Yeah.
How are you going to start that business? I tell you what,
that's something.
Why don't you start that business today and focus on that? Because it's like you just saying about the coffee. I've had to wean myself off the coffee because I went cold turkey the other day. It didn't work. What did you do the next morning? Get up and have 3 cups, I'm guessing. Because it's that thing of like, you have to, we can't physically just cut ourselves off or just go for one thing, because it's the thing of like January when you start the gym. If you stop in February, you feel like a fucking failure because you were like, I'm going to go every day.
Problem.
I'm going to do this. So just slow it down. Go a couple of times a week. Start like that. Go to classes. Do things that you enjoy. And then the more you put into it, and that's the positive side of it. Even just starting twice a week and going, exactly. Being realistic, that's the positivity side of it that you need to think about. Not, this is my vision board on December 31st and I've got 7 things on there that probably take most people 10 years to achieve. And that's absolutely fine. And if you don't, fucking hell, what is your secret? But don't look at it and go, I've got to start that tomorrow because it's January 1st. And I've got 12 months to do it in. And then 6 months in, further in, that's when depression kicks in.
But the problem is, what The Secret does, this is kind of why I brought it up, because it's very similar with the bad vegan, is, so The Secret says you should never question how. So, or like why or whatever. Like, for instance, if say I was going to go, right, I want a record deal with Warner. And then I sit here and go, right, okay, well, I'm going to do this gig and then Warner are going to come and then I'm going to email. The Secret's like, no, you can't. You can only see the end. You can only see what you want. That The Secret will deal with the middle bit. And that's the bit I don't believe in, because like you said, right, with the tour, when we just said, right, we want to do a podcast and we want to do a music tour. Okay, that's what we want. How do we get there? Yeah. And then me and you sat there, and as much as like we can manifest it all we want, we sat there and went, right, well, these are venues we'd like. This is the cap, this is the capacity, sorry. This is the money, this is what we can actually afford. These are the contacts we have, right. What can we do?
Yeah. And we manifest, and I sit with that. I sit and meditate with that. I sit and try and manifest and put positivity into those things that are realistic for us. We didn't sit down and go,
you are also doing.
But I'm also doing them, I'm working on
That's
it
what I mean.
daily.
Like, we're also sending 1,000 emails. I'm not just sat there and gone, right, I want to play O'Meara.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to watch a TV show. I'm going to think about it. No.
Yeah.
Like we said, this is the venue we want. We told our producer, this is the venue we want. And he got it.
And he worked.
And it's great. Amazing.
We didn't go, this is the O2, this is the Wembley. We want to go there now within 6 months. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying we ain't going to get there in the future. But what I'm saying is, you have to start somewhere and you have to put the effort in. And you have to
But that's the problem with the bad vegan. This whole life he promised her is very similar to things that The Secret promises. Like there's a whole bit in The Secret about how she was going blind and she needed glasses, and then she was positive thinking and manifesting and meditating and vision boarding that she wasn't blind. And all of a sudden, whoa, she didn't need glasses. And okay, sure, whatever. That's great. Do you know what? And it's the same with like religion and stuff like this. If you believe that and you have faith in that and it makes you a better human and it makes you live your life better and it makes you happy, cool, great.
Oh, I believe in miracles, but if you're selling a book to 10 million people, you're not going to see 10 million miracles.
No, but the problem is, what I'm trying to say is like, that's all well and good if all these good things are coming out of it, but there will be people that use that to their advantage, such as this guy in The Bad Vegan. He used that idea of like, don't ask why. You believe in this stuff. You believe in positivity and manifesting and The Secret.
You really want
so therefore,
this. I can give it to you, but you have to do what I say.
Which is dangerous because there are so many people out there who believe in this sort of stuff. And like I said, cool, great, good for you. Like, that's amazing that you have this faith and you have this in your life. I'm jealous of people who have religion. I really am, because it's an undying faith that you just have, and that's incredible. That's not my path, but that's incredible for you guys who find that comfort in that. But when it is taken advantage of, such as the bad vegan, like she's taken advantage of by her beliefs because she was very one of these, it's positivity and like high energy frequencies and stuff, which is amazing. They're really fun people to be around, 100%. She wanted the world to be a better place. And she put her faith and trust in this man who promised her all these things. And he just fucked her over royally. And I watched it and I was like, this is horrific because she just wanted good. She just wanted the world to be better. She just wanted her dog to be immortal. Like,
oh my God, I know.
Do you know what I mean? And it's so sad because he just took everything from her. And I mean, they did get caught. They were arrested and whatnot.
You'll have to watch it because there are some things, like it delves into his. I mean, we've literally told you the whole fucking thing, but
still watch it, guys. It's still good.
Yeah, it delves into, like his past before he met her.
Yes,
and his other life. I'm saying in air quotes.
Yeah. I forgot about his first missus. Yeah.
Yes, the missus.
I forgot about that.
So we haven't told you everything, but
So go watch it. Form an opinion. I mean, I've read loads of reviews online about it, and a lot of reviews are like, "Oh my God, this girl was so stupid," which is just the easy option to have. But when you really delve into it, and you really delve into this positivity vibe and cult, like. It is. If he had been doing this to one or two more people, it's a cult. He is literally trying to convince people that he is of a higher entity and he is going to
and the whole
do all
time,
these things.
What he was doing with that money was gambling it big.
Gambling it away.
In Vegas. Like to the point where like he was a big player in Vegas. So, I mean, I've never been to Vegas or gambled. I would love to go, but, I don't have any money to gamble.
Can I put one singular pound down?
Can I put £1 down on blackjack? I don't know. I don't even know how to play, so there's that.
One blackjack.
One blackjack, please. They'd be like, get out. Escort this crazy Yorkshire lady away. But he was like a big baller, wasn't he? Like he used to come in and they'd give him champagne and drink, like... He'd have like a place in the casino. Like people knew who he was because he put down a lot of money, but it was all her money. So these millions and millions of dollars, he was just like this well-known gambler in Vegas, and they trot him. Wow, treat him. They trot him like it's because I'm saying royalty and treat in the same sentence. They trotted him like royalty.
We've lost the plot.
Yeah.
But Farah's 100% right. And it was just her money. And all these times when he was like kind of threatening, like he would say things like, if you don't give us this money, we're never going to make it to this higher plane and something bad's going to happen. And he kind of was like, he never, correct me if I'm wrong, but he never actually said, someone will kill you, I will die. He would suggest it, like say like something bad will happen, or I will get in trouble and you'll never see me.
You don't realise these people, what they're capable of, and he was very much like
fear.
They're watching you, they're listening to everything, they know exactly where you are and what you're doing. Like absolutely petrified her. If somebody told me that now, I'd be like that person putting the sticker over the front of the Mac, and
he even did the whole. He had this thing about the box, didn't he? And he said, if you need to enter the box, he had to go do something that meant that these entities couldn't hear their conversations. And he would like disappear into the bathroom for 10 minutes and she'd hear all these weird noises. And then he'd be like, right, we're in the box. And I don't know if he genuinely...
Did I fall asleep?
That bit really kind of freaked me out a bit.
That is.
Yeah, a bit weird. But it was just such a weird thing. But if you are with someone who so passionately believes that what he is saying is true, and she loved him, it's the same when we talk about manipulation in relationships, to the sense of, like I said in my episode, of like my ex telling me I was worthless all the time, so therefore I believed it. And if you've got someone constantly telling you these things, you're going to eventually go like, is this true? Is this happening?
Yeah.
And that's what she did. And it is really sad, because I know a lot of people who have turned it off halfway through and gone, oh, she's an idiot. And I'm like, no, like, honestly, watch it. Try and get her point of view. Try and get her perspective of, she was in love with him and she just wanted the world to be a better place.
Yeah, she just wanted
and
happiness.
she really did. And you can see that when she talks about it.
And those poor employees that worked all that time,
Yeah.
kept a restaurant running, and it weren't getting paid, but it's because they loved her so much, because she was this incredible human who just fell into the wrong hands, basically, and she fell in love with the wrong person, and they kept that restaurant going for so long, but they were getting to a point where they couldn't pay the rent, they couldn't pay the bills, not only on the restaurant itself, but themselves. They had to go and get other jobs, but they were so in love with this woman, because they were like, I don't understand what's happened to you. You know, you used to be so lovely, and we're like family. And they go on about how she'd do anything for anyone. And, you know, this raw food movement is basically to try and better mankind before we even thought about anything like that, you know? So I know she's a good person, and she's not just like some randomer he's picked up off the street. No. But she was a target for that very reason.
Yeah. And she wanted love, and she wanted the world to be a better place, like I said. And that's... It's just really sad that there's people out there who take advantage of kind-hearted people. That's the saddest bit, isn't it?
Protect your heart, kids.
Yeah, it's just really sad.
That's the message.
But yeah, we just thought we'd come on and talk about it, because obviously there's been a lot of reviews about it, and not as much press as the Tinder swindler, but it's very similar.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep doing that, because to be fair, I actually enjoy these ones as well. So let us know if you enjoy our little reviews of
of things that are happening in the world.
You need to watch Made, because that would be
yes, I do. I do need to watch Made.
Definitely.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I haven't watched it, because I remember you and Mike. Was it you and Mike talking about it? No, you and Simon. It was one of our first podcast meetings, and Simon, our producer, and you were talking about it, and I was like, oh my God. And you were both like, yeah, it's really triggering. And I was like,
oh yeah.
Okay, I need to watch this when I'm in a good headspace.
Yeah, watch it when you're in a good headspace. But put it on your list so you don't forget. I
will. And we'll come back and talk about it on here.
Yes.
So yeah, please
Amazing.
Write in, tell us what you liked and what you loved. I was going to say what you didn't like, but no, don't ever tell us that. But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. What TV shows are you watching? What do you find that triggers you? Is there anything in particular that's still out there that you're a bit like, ugh? Or yeah, whatever. We want to hear from you guys. It's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. Please don't forget that tickets for our live music concert tour
and we've
are now
also
on sale.
got some big news coming.
Babe, by the time this comes out, this podcast, the news might already be out there. That's terrifying.
Ignore that. Oh no, in fact, we might have more. You never know. It might just keep coming.
We might have more and more. Please head to our website, buy your tickets. We're trying to keep them as cheap as possible so that everyone can afford to come down, as well as raise enough money for Women's Aid, who are our official partners. What? Also, before we leave, just going to do a massive shout out to Saventa Makeup. Hopefully, by the time this podcast's out, we will have said you more. But Saventa Makeup is an incredible makeup company in London where they actually teach people how to become makeup artists. They do these amazing courses, but they also do experiences where you can go and be taught how to do nice makeup. And if there's a particular thing you struggle with, like for instance, I cannot do lip makeup, like lipstick, lip liner. From afar, I always look good in a red lip. You get up close and you're like, oh, where did your lips stop? Where do they start? Why have you got two different shapes? What's going on? I just can't do it, guys. So they basically, you can tell them what you struggle with and they will help you. And it's just like a fun experience. A lot of like hen parties do it and a lot of like birthday experiences. So if you're looking for something for those kind of things.
And we know because we met them at Pride. They were makeup artists at Pride. So they are incredible. And I had lots of wonderful glitter and colour all over me. I was like, just keep putting more. Follow
us around for the rest of our lives. So a massive shout out to Saventa Makeup, who are actually supporting us, and by registering with them and by purchasing one of their experience days, you're actually directly supporting Take Back the Beat. So a massive shout out to you guys. And we love you all.
So much.
We should be back. I mean, Farah, have you got a win of the week at all this week?
I was just going to ask you the exact same thing.
My win of the week, mine are either food or dog related at all times.
That's completely fine.
Have you tried the vegan Cadbury bars yet?
No.
Oh
Sorry, that
my
was
God, babe.
Are they good?
Big gulp of water.
That was
They
a big
are
gulp
so
of water.
tasty. They are so tasty.
So as in just the Cadbury's what would be dairy milk but minus the milk.
Yeah. But it's made with,
dairy.
I think it's made with cashew milk.
Ooh,
Dairy milk.
I know, I was like, no.
That's funny.
I love cashew milk.
Babe, honestly, I had a it was just in Asda or Sainsbury's, one of the big Tesco. Oh, fuck's sake.
Just say them all.
Ugh. It was one of the big supermarkets. I can't for the life of me remember which one. It was when I was filling up on petrol, which PS still need a mortgage for. Anyway,
don't.
I know. Anywho, and they had the stands that were all like, try this, and I was like, oh, what's that? And I was like, vegan Cadbury's. Excuse-moi.
Wow.
Oh, babe, smashed it off before I even got to my car.
Me looking at what time it is now, I'm like, 9 o'clock. Will Asda still be open?
Can I get to Asda and back?
It's shut till 11, so I'm gonna go and explore.
You could do.
Why not?
So that's my win of the week is that kind of it's becoming more accessible to be vegan, and that's kind of appropriate for this podcast.
That is actually that's a very nice little transition.
Thank
into
you
that. Well
so
done,
much.
you. Stop
Totally
it.
unprepared for that one. But yeah, go try it. It is a little bit more expensive than regular dairy milk, but it doesn't.
How
taste
much
the
is
same.
it
I'm
though?
not gonna-
Really? Let's be honest.
Do you know what? I actually can't remember because I whacked it on my petrol and it might have been $1,000 for all I know. I think it was a couple of quid.
Okay. I mean,
Like a
still,
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really. I'm not talking like a little bar. I'm talking like a nice bar, like a big
good.
bar.
Okay. I'm there.
Yeah, not one of them like piddly little ones that people are like, oh, that's one serving. Babe, that's a mouthful.
Can you remember when Freddo's used to be like 5p and now they're like 25p?
So upsetting.
It makes me sick.
More on food inflation. Inflation? Oh, I don't even know. Next
Walker's,
week.
kids listening, in the 90s, Walker's crisps used to be 17 pence. How's about that?
Do you remember Space Invaders for 10p?
Space Invaders, 10p.
Space Invaders. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm hungry now.
I know, I'm going out now for some food.
I'm like, what snacks have I got? Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in once again. Please rate and subscribe our little podcast and buy tickets. Please buy tickets to our show. We'd love to see you all there.
We really want to meet you all. So,
yes.
yeah, please come down.
Please, please, please. We love you long time. Love you, Farah.
Love you. Love you all.
Peace out. A-Town.
Down.
We do apologise if anyone was triggered by any of the dialogue we used today. We are still learning and we are only just beginning to talk about our own experiences. We're aware that trigger warnings are completely different for everybody, so please bear with us. We love you all. We also want to hear your experiences. If there's anything you'd like to share with us, any stories, anything you are happy to discuss on this podcast, you can stay anonymous if you would like. Please send us an email at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. You can also find us on social media at Take Back the Beat. Thanks, guys. We love you all.